2, 1. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Below the Yellow Line podcast, live and in person. The podcast where me and my co-host, I'm going to look at the YouTube live stream, has the microphone hanging down. Apologies for that. We have our very crude ways, I guess.
It kind of looks like a disco light.
It kind of does look like a disco light, but this is the podcast where we talk the Cup Series 4 hours a week, 3 days a week. Hope somebody will listen. Obviously, if you're listening to this, you are somebody who is listening. So, congratulations.
Congratulations. This episode is sponsored by Skittles, Wildberry.
Please do not sue us, Skittles. But if you would like to pay us money, we would be more than happy to accept it. If
anyone knows their Skittles, it's me.
That is very true. Skittles kind of sewer here. Mm-hmm. A good amount to talk about tonight. We have an Erik Jones, pretty big penalty. We also have a little recap of Gateway and a preview of Sonoma. But before we do that, I guess Emily, obviously we're together. Some stuff has happened, so you can go ahead and give your life update, humor. Go ahead and lead us off with that.
Speaking of tonight's sponsor, what do you think is the best Skittle? Because they're different,
purple.
Right? You like purple too?
I do like purple. They have the most. They're like
you talking about the purple bag or the purple color?
The purple color. I like the purple bag too because I like Starburst a lot. I feel like those are very similar to Starburst. That's why. So,
red bag original Skittles.
Yes.
The only flavors I really like are red and purple.
That's very interesting.
The green, yellow, orange. If I have to eat them, I will. But I gotta follow it by red and purple.
Yeah, makes sense.
Most of the time, I'm giving them away to someone else. But yesterday, I ate a blue bag, the tropical. Mm-hmm. They're okay. Actually, I ate half yesterday, half today, and yes, I'm on another bag now. The purple, I think if I had to pick a bag that I enjoy the most, it's the purple bag which is the wild berry. I like every flavor in here, which is not the same for the others. Well, my favorite flavors are probably the regular regular purple and red. Mm-hmm. My favorite bag would be the purple bag. And I know, very, very interesting.
It is interesting stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It is interesting stuff.
Don't worry, he's back.
I'm back again. The boys are back in town. So tomorrow, I don't know if we'll make a video on this one or not. We're probably going to make actual hibachi later. Mm-hmm. But we're going to do pancakes and sausage on a hibachi grill.
Maybe some eggs
too. And I've never cooked on a hibachi grill. I've
only done it twice.
In my opinion, and I'm biased because I am myself, I can make some pretty good eggs. I can make some decent pancakes, of course, like the just add water ones. But hey, that runs in the family. My grandpa's the best pancake cooker ever. But that's because he uses the instant bake. But hey, that's okay. It's all right.
Listen, they taste good, and I like gourmet things.
They taste good, and it makes us happy and fills our tummies. But that'll be really fun. So maybe probably a short that'll just go viral because of that. If we light something on fire, it will really go viral.
We should try.
I mean, not burn the house down.
We'll move it away from the house.
That's a good idea. But there's grass, and it's been dry here recently.
We got a hose.
I admire your optimism. Somebody that probably doesn't have very much optimism tonight is Erik Jones. Kyle Busch has all the optimism. He's probably already thinking about Sonoma. But Erik Jones. So I was trying to explain this to Emily, and I need somebody to explain it to me. That scene in The Office where Michael is trying to have one of his accountants explain a surplus to him, and he doesn't get it, and he says, "Okay, explain it to me like I'm 5." Mm-hmm. I need Bob Pockris, Jeff Gluck, one of the really good NASCAR journalists, to explain to me what a greenhouse violation is.
I mean, I would assume it has to do with plants, but I would be wrong.
You would indeed be very wrong. Apparently, it's a part on the top of the roof. I don't know how much aerodynamic advantage it gives, but obviously enough to be penalized for it. So Byron and Bowman were hit with the same penalty after Richmond, and Erik Jones has been docked 5 playoff points and 60 driver points. So already having a crappy year, Legacy Motor Club as a whole having a crappy year, and now it just gets even worse. Mm-hmm. So what impact do you think this has on Erik Jones and his team going forward? Oh, hi there, George. What does that say?
Hey,
Justin Bunch. Hey,
Justin.
Hello there. Thank you for subscribing.
Yeah.
Big NASCAR fan. We is too. So
yeah.
Glad you're here.
Yep.
But Emily, you can go ahead. What are your thoughts on this penalty for Erik Jones? Obviously, already having a terrible season. Unless he wins a race, move to the off season.
He's
toast.
So, I mean, my thoughts are, one, I don't really understand it.
Me neither.
That's okay.
Same boat.
To me, dude got a penalty.
Mm-hmm.
That sucks. He already was having a crap year. Now it's just a little crappier.
Exactly. There's a meme of NBA Commissioner Adam Silver. Like, when a player is doing really bad in basketball in the NBA, they're usually sent overseas, mostly to China. Mm-hmm. And there's a meme, and it's him saying, it's a fake meme. He never said it, but he says, "Okay, buddy, get ready to learn Chinese because you're going overseas to play basketball." And I feel like Legacy Motor Club needs to see that.
Yeah.
Just get ready to learn Chinese, guys, because y'all are being bad. Gregson, I can give a little bit of a pass to. He's a rookie. Jones, though, was a pleasant surprise last year. This year he sucked. Jimmie has been a walking or a moving chicane this year, and I hate to say that. Hopefully he does better.
So you're a fan of Eric. That to our podcast listeners, we've got a fan of ours on.
We do on our YouTube live stream. So we'll probably be live streaming the podcast this next week. So be sure to head over to the Spotter Stand YouTube channel. I'm sorry, Justin, that you're a fan of Erik Jones. That's and I'm not necessarily sorry about it, but it's unfortunate tonight.
I know what it's like to have a favorite driver with a crappy year.
Yeah, I do too. I was a Bubba fan.
Been that way for a while.
I'm a Bubba fan. Before this year, I've been experiencing that a lot. So, yeah, but it's big. It's not like the biggest news ever, but it's still, obviously really, really unfortunate. Moving on to the Enjoy Illinois 300. The state of Illinois should be paying me. I have said that name so many times this past week.
Yes, you have.
I really have. Kyle Busch, though, gets the win. Now, we did a full recap episode on Monday that you can go listen to on the Spotter Stand YouTube channel and all major podcast platforms. But, Emily, what were your overall thoughts on this race and on Kyle Busch getting his third win of the year?
I mean, y'all know I'm not a big Kyle Busch fan. Obviously, I've made
that is known information.
But I was happy with Denny's finish. Mm-hmm. Overall, just because, he's had some crappy races this year. And so for him to finish that far up and to have some really good battles and to have a chance at winning was good. And I hope that continues. I really do. I'd love another win for him. So, was it everybody's race? No. But were my guys up to the top? Yes, they were. I just kind of wish they were above Kyle.
That's good. I enjoyed the race. I thought it was pretty good. Obviously, the lightning delays are unfortunate. The internet going out at the track is unfortunate.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
It is, especially when your track is sponsored by a technology company. I call it Gateway because I don't like the other name, Worldwide Technology Raceway. You think for a track named after a technology company, the Wi-Fi would go down. But it did. We're going to take our first little commercial break. We're going to come back and do another little recap of the Enjoy Illinois 300 and move on to the Sonoma preview as we head out. There we go. As we head out to Napa Valley.
You see Justin's comment?
I do. Big fan.
Hey,
Austin.
Thanks for watching, Justin.
Faux show.
Happy to have some viewers tonight.
Moving on to I guess not moving on because we were just there, but what's the word I'm looking for here? Elaborating, rather, on the Enjoy Illinois 300. What did you think about Kyle Busch's win again? I know you don't like him. Third win of the year, though. I mean, he's having a really good season in his first year with RCR. He
dominated that race.
He did. Looked like the best car, start to finish.
From winning the pole to winning the race.
Which, hey, guess who predicted that? Me.
We don't have to talk about it. But, no one had... There were some chances, but
I think
unless something went wrong with him, no one was getting him.
Yeah, I think Blaney was probably the second best car, but track position, it's so hard to pass at Gateway. Track position is key, and Blaney got back there. He couldn't get up there. Byron got up there like 30 laps, and then he fell back. Larson was up there on a strategy call and had 5 chances to get him on restarts. Couldn't do it at all. Denny Hamlin, I thought Denny would have had a better shot if he dove into turn 3 with 2 to go. Didn't do it, and it was over. Again, like you said, you're spot on. No one had anything for Kyle Busch.
Everyone tried.
Yeah, Blaney was the closest. Blaney won a stage, but just you didn't have anything for him. But Busch gets the win. Hamlin in second. Joey Logano in third. Really needed a good race. Again, I think Blaney had one of the better cars there. Austin Cindric in 13th. He had a lot of people talking now. I know we talked about this a little bit on our YouTube post-race show on Sunday night, but Austin Dillon kind of came up the track late in the race. At first, I thought Cindric hooked Austin Dillon. He did not. NASCAR didn't suspend him. I don't think there was any grounds for suspension in this case. And I saw a comment, Austin, that you're a big fan of Austin Dillon. And his bad season continues. Let's see, what's this comment about? Harvick. So hopefully Kevin Harvick will win a race, given this is his last year before retirement.
I keep waiting for that.
I think he is too. I think he's kind of like Brad Keselowski, where he's shown a lot of speed this year. And I think we're just kind of all waiting for him to get into victory lane. Will it happen? It's kind of like I have the same feeling as last year, where I'm just not confident in picking him to win, because it's not that it's been forever. I mean, it was only last season, but at the same time,
I feel like he's got to win on him, but it's just like, which race will it be?
Yeah, that's the big question. And I think Phoenix is a really good chance for it. The question is, will he be in the championship or not? I don't think he will be, but I mean,
I'd be shocked.
I'd
love it for him.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to make the playoffs. He's plus 166 to the cut line. It's just a question of, advancing from round to round. I think that's really all the notable results we had. Brake rotors were a big deal. You had Bubba, Reddick, Gregson, and Gregson's brake rotor actually hit a fan in the stands. Left a pretty good mark on his chest, and Gregson did tweet at the guy and say, "Hey, let me buy you lunch."
I missed that
or something. Well, they didn't show it on TV. It was on social media after the race. And then who was the other guy? Hocevar. Oh, I forgot. We got to talk about Lajoie and Hocevar. Carson Hocevar had a great day going. First Cup start. And then he had a brake rotor go out. But Corey Lajoie was probably the second biggest story of this race. Filling in for a suspended Chase Elliott, getting his big shot.
Which is still like such a weird fill-in to me, but whatever.
Yeah. I mean, he's getting a shot. He actually penned a letter to Rick Hendrick after 2020 when Jimmie was retiring, saying, "Hey, can I be Jimmie Johnson's successor?" Rick Hendrick, in Gen Z speak, said, "Law, no fool, sit down." He probably actually said, "No, sorry, Corey.
You should write a letter to fill in to be Harvick's successor."
Oh, should I? I get
write
texts.
A letter.
You know what?
Apparently, maybe that worked.
I'm so established. I get texts from Hendrick Motorsports. Their promotions for their merch, and no, I don't ever click on the links, but I do get texts from Hendrick Motorsports. Look at me.
You're cool. You're real cool.
Yeah, I'm Joe Cool, man. But what were we talking about? Oh, Corey Lajoie. Getting a shot. He, to me, hasn't shown that he's deserving of it. And I know he's been with bad teams, but he's like 33 now, and that might have flown in the olden days. That's not going to fly now. You can't be 33 and get a big shot, especially. I know he's having a good year this year, but you got to do something. You got to win a race. You have to do something splashy, and he really hasn't done that yet. Finished 21st. Little disappointing, but what were your thoughts on his fill-in in his race?
I mean, I don't think it was like the worst it could have been, but like that, when you're given an opportunity like that, you've got to, you got to show yourself. Like, that's your chance. And so for him to get that and it to not work out that well is probably not great for the future, but yeah.
Yeah, well, I think we both kind of said this on the YouTube post-race show Sunday night, and that's that, it kind of feels like a blown chance, but it's also, I don't think, the end of his chance. I think it hurt him. I don't think it hurt him as much as a lot of people said, but I think we both said that, we have to give him a fair chance here. We can't just say one opportunity and you blow it. That's how it worked in Hollywood ending. Unfortunately, though, there's an old quote in NASCAR that first chances are rare in the Cup Series and second chances are rare still. Getting a shot in the Cup Series, extremely rare. Getting a second chance, especially in a car like that, is very rare. And the thing about Corey Lajoie is that he can either, I think the most likely option for him is to stay with Spire for 4 or 5 more years, retire, right off into the limelight. The thing about going to a Hendrick, an RCR, Kyle Busch has got 5-6 years left in him. They're not letting, Richard Childress isn't letting his grandson walk. Hendrick Motorsports is locked up for the long term. There aren't any good Chevy teams out there unless Dale Jr. goes. You
never know. You never know.
Yeah, and I mean, you do never know. I mean, it could happen. I'd be very happy for him if it did happen. I don't see it in the cards right now.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was going to say we got a question from a.
Oh, we do
from a
now. Okay,
viewer.
let's see. My eyes are
So
bad right now.
he is wondering, Justin's wondering, who is your favorite in the truck series? His favorite is Matt Crafton. And I have to say, that's his name, right? Matt Crafton?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't watch the truck series. I can barely keep up with Cup, and half the time I don't even know what's going on. This guy, though, Samuel, he can watch all the series and know. So, Samuel, who's your favorite in the truck series?
So, Crafton is one of my favorites. He's a very crafty vet. see what I did there.
See what you did there.
I tend to like. I always cheer for the underdogs in most any sport, but the guys that I usually have my eye on are the young prospects that I really like. So Zane Smith.
You do tend to go for an underdog.
Yeah, Zane Smith is one of those guys. I mean, he's Cup Series material. He's already won 2 times this year. I really like him. I like Majeski. I would say Hocevar. I wish Hocevar would stop doing some stupid stuff and wrecking people intentionally, but
yeah, they're bad.
Yeah, Zane is up there. I'm trying to see. I guess Crafton. If there was a guy that was second behind Zane Smith, probably Corey Heim right now. He's having a career year, so I'm gonna go. I'm gonna say Corey Heim trumps Zane Smith. Just
and you can really tell that I don't watch the truck series because I have no idea who any of those guys are.
You will in 3 or 4 years when they're in the Cup Series. Yeah, you know who. You only knew who he is from this weekend. Yeah, that's all right. We're gonna take our second little commercial break here. We're gonna come back and preview this weekend's race in the wine country of Sonoma, California.
Woo woo.
Emily, this is a question for you. I mean, obviously, I'm not allowed to drink it yet, but do you have a favorite type of wine? I mean, we're going to wine country. It's only fitting to ask. I know you're very sophisticated.
Very sophisticated.
I've
actually been to like a few wineries and things like to taste wine. I'm not a wine drinker. But personally, the only wine I can like choke down was this one kind I had at the beach a year or 2 ago. And it was like, didn't taste like wine. So that's the only reason I liked it.
Oh.
Really, really sweet. Most wine for the wine drinkers out there, which I'm not sure how many NASCAR fans are wine drinkers.
Probably the ones in Sonoma.
More a fan of beer.
Yeah, probably more F1 people are.
Yeah. Wine is like got a very like yucky flavor to me, and it's so strong, and it's like often bitter, and it's so dry. Even the ones that are not dry, per the people that can like spin it, swirl it, and taste the difference. No, like if it's not like white and sweet, then I probably can't even stand to put it near my face.
I feel like I'm going to be like that with wine. Maybe just all types of alcohol.
You gotta like wine.
I gotta branch out, but
one day.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't go on a tirade into like Merlot and the delicious white and red wines of Paris. All that
aged
all that stuff.
300 years.
Oh heck yeah. But yeah, anybody going to Sonoma, there's plenty of great vineyards out there. I know some driver has a vineyard out there. I can't remember who.
Is that anyone's like home track?
I mean, there are plenty of guys from California.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, it's such a vast state that I think most of them are from SoCal, so they're more, auto clubs or home track. I know Jimmie, Jeff Gordon, they cheated. Jeff moved to Indiana. When
I need to learn more of this stuff. Like, I need more background on these drivers because, I don't tend to. And part of that's I don't watch a lot of pre-race.
Yeah.
And you learn so much from that. I try to occasionally, but sometimes it's hard.
Sometimes it is hard.
I'm kind of an adult with a job, and so I'm often not able to watch all the things.
That is true. You do have a life, so congratulations.
Thank you.
But moving on to Sonoma. In my opinion, there was one driver that this race is absolutely massive for, and that is Daniel Suarez. Hasn't been having a very good season. He's in the playoffs right now.
He had a few moments there at the beginning of the season.
He did, yeah. He had 3 top 10s in a row.
Super hopeful for him, yeah.
There were, and then he's just kind of fallen off a very large cliff. But he finished 7th at Gateway, and now he's going to a track where he has won, or where you got his first and so far only career win last year. So how big of a race do you think this is for Suarez, and what are your expectations for Daniel Suarez this weekend?
I mean, for the future of his racing career, it's big, just like any races. But as far as his hope for the playoffs this year, I think that hope is gone for him.
You do, really?
I do.
Really?
I would have liked to, the other day in our episode, we were talking about guys that are kind of close and, like, who do we, and I'm just not sure about him.
I agree. I'm not sure. I mean, like, Ty Gibbs, to me, he's running so good right now. I just feel like that rookie magic is going to run out. I don't feel like he has enough big game experience. If you get what I'm saying about, or rather to experience like big race success. I'm not sure Daniel Suarez does either. And that's the thing. When I look at guys around the cut line, that's what I focus on. Like, Suarez is in right now, but I get what you're saying, because I'm just not sure he has the speed. I'm not sure he has that Game 7 playoff experience to make a, even if he gets in, to make any sort of a deep run. Guys like Bowman, they've been there. Bubba hasn't been there yet, but he's been there in Xfinity. He's, nearly won an Xfinity championship. I think this race is big for him. I think this isn't a must win, but it's a must top 5 for Daniel Suarez.
I agree.
Looking at these standings here, you have Ross. Oh my gosh, I've gotten used to saying Ross Chastain is the points leader. He's not the points leader anymore. Ryan Blaney is the points leader by 13 over Byron.
It's the bees.
It is the bees, the killer bees. But Blaney, Byron, Truex, Bell, Busch, Hamlin, Larson, Reddick, Logano, Stenhouse are 10 winners in 15 races. Byron, Larson, Busch, the 3 guys that have won multiple races. 2 for Larson, 3 for Byron and Busch. Plus 166, that's Mr. Kevin Harvick, the closer, looking good in the Swan Song season. Chastain plus 159. Keselowski plus, where is Brad? 96. Buescher plus 86. You have Bubba plus 27. Suarez plus 6. Last man in. Emily, you can go ahead and read 17th on down if you want to, this far right column. How many points they're out?
Bowman's out by 6. Ty Gibbs out by 15. Austin Cindric is down by 33, followed by Michael McDowell down by 35. We got Corey LaJoie down 39. Justin Haley down 45. Did I go too far?
No, you're good.
You mean keep going?
Keep on going. I'll tell you when to stop.
Todd What's-His-Face down 47. AJ Allmendinger down 53. Eric Almirola 62. Ryan Preece 68.
You're good.
No.
Oh, you want to keep going?
And then there's Chase Elliott.
Oh, there is Chase Elliott.
Because that matters.
That does matter. He'll be out like 100 points or something like that.
Poor guy.
Sonoma's a good track for him, though. So road courses are good tracks for him.
He's a good man.
Road courses are good for him. Probably the only Denny fan say that this week, honestly. But road courses are a big chance for him. Everybody else, I think if you're below Allmendinger, if you're 53 points out or more right now, you kind of got to win, especially since most of these guys aren't very fast.
Yeah, they're not at all. They're not going to do it. Nothing's going to happen.
In terms of Sonoma, if I had to pick 3 drivers to keep my eye on this weekend, I would go with Reddick, Larson, and I didn't pick this out, and Bell. Give me Bell. Those are my 3. Who are your 3 to watch? I don't want you to win pick just yet, but who are your 3 guys to watch?
I'm going to watch Logano, Larson, and
Harvick, okay. I like the Harvick pick. He nearly won here last year on strategy. My win pick, and my poll pick is Christopher Bell, but the win pick actually matters. Give me Tyler Reddick, nominated the last time we were at a road course at Circuit of the Americas. Hopefully you won't have to win this race 10 times like he did in however many overtimes there were. But I think he's going to get the win.
Okay. I know I tend to pick the same people. I know I have that tendency. And part of that is I'm just very close-minded on learning anything about other drivers. And I just like my people. Of course, I'd love Denny to win. But really... And again, I feel like if I don't pick this person, they're going to win. And so I don't want to pick them because...
Didn't work out last week. Almost. Not quite.
I want Kyle Larson to win. You knew I would say that.
I did. 2021 winner. I almost picked him to win, but then I remembered.
I'm always scared when I pick him that he's not going to win because I picked him. Yeah. Obviously.
Well, you might if you jinx him again and Tyler Reddick wins this week.
It's like every time I don't pick him, he freaking wins.
I know, right? Just sad. Just sad. By the way, I realized this. You remember last year the truck race was the race on the off weekend when Xfinity Cup had off. There was a truck race. Ow, I just put myself in the eye. There is no truck race on the off weekend this year. So next week there's no racing at all.
The flip. This always happens when we're together.
Why? Maybe we can watch Chicago together
all the time.
Yeah.
And talk often, obviously. But every year or two we get to spend a couple weeks together, and typically in the summer. And well, for whatever reason, we don't schedule it this way.
We don't. We really don't. Maybe we can watch Chicago together.
I hope so. I think we will.
That'd be a lot of fun. You think so? All right.
I think so.
We'll get a deal done. We'll pass some money under the table. We'll get it done.
Make it happen.
Mafia's coming. Not really. Please don't take this down YouTube. I think that's it though. Reddick's my pick to win. Larson's your pick to win.
We'll have to watch on Sunday and find out. We will be watching in the car, but we'll be watching.
Hey, that works. Post race podcast.
I have to look up with all the car technology.
What day is it? Wednesday. So probably Monday for the post race podcast. Hopefully, I'm gonna try to. We're going on a trip Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I'm gonna try to time some stuff out, schedule some stuff, and get Cup Preview Friday. Hopefully done tomorrow and scheduled, and get that put out Friday. Probably a couple videos pertaining to the Xfinity series tomorrow. They also race this weekend on Saturday. And then Cup post-race show on YouTube on Sunday. But yeah, Cup Preview Friday podcast, pre-race show on YouTube, and coverage on the Spotter Stand YouTube channel for all that. That's where we live stream these podcasts and a place where we put these up along with all your major podcast platforms. You can also email us, blowtheonpodcast@gmail.com.
We'd love to hear from you.
We would. So like, subscribe, comment, share, rate, follow, review, press all the buttons, as Emily likes to say.
All of the buttons. Every single one, except if there's like a dislike. Don't push that.
Don't do that. Thanks for coming on the show, Emily. Yeah. We will get to have you plenty over the next week or two. We even get to have some special guests.
Hopefully some better audio. Yes, y'all are going to love the special guests that we've got coming.
Special guests.
Next week?
Maybe next week, maybe in 2 weeks. I'm not exactly sure. But
before the Chicago race.
Yeah, whenever they're on, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So, we have one more.
That's your hint.
One more question here before we go off the air. And I like this on the stream, answering questions on the podcast.
This.
It's a lot of fun.
Let's
see, Justin Bunch, who I believe to be our 449th subscriber.
Woo! Hey.
Who would you say is your favorite in the Xfinity series? Again, I know you don't really watch Xfinity. Do you have a favorite?
Here's my favorite. Sometimes our Cup racers like to race down in the Xfinity series. I love it when they go down and they dominate. It makes me laugh. I feel like it's kind of not fair to the Xfinity guys because it's like, they're probably like, well, crap. Denny's racing today, Kyle.
Yeah.
Chase, whoever it is.
Yeah.
I feel like it used to be Jimmie a lot, and whoever it is. They know. They know.
And I think it makes them better. I don't love it. I'm glad the days of... I'm glad the days of so-called bushwhacking are over when a guy would go run the full regular season and win the championship.
Yeah.
But letting them run 4 or 5, it's good for the young guys. And my pick to win the Xfinity race this weekend, I know Xfinity pre-race show isn't out yet, but AJ Allmendinger is my pick. I think he's going to go whoop those Indians. Kyle Larson's going to be up there. Ty Gibbs is going to be up there. So it's going to be a really fun weekend of racing in Sonoma overall. My favorite Xfinity driver, the one that's the ones that are actually full-time, Austin Hill. I've seen so much improvement out of him from last year to this year, winning 3 races already this year after only winning 2 last year. He's been great this year. I like Sammy Smith a lot too, though, because I like the name Sammy. So
kind of got your name.
Name twin there. Name twin. Whoop whoop. Please sponsor me, Sammy Smith, Pilot Flying J. Feel free. Email us, blowtheonpodcast@gmail.com. But I think that is it. So we will see you on Friday. Thank you for coming on the show, Emily, and probably on the Spotter Stand YouTube channel again. Some NASCAR Thunder 2003 content with them. Funny videos occurred this week.
We love that.
We do. Going to be a lot of fun. And we're together for the next, what's today or tomorrow? Well, this will be coming out early Thursday morning. So June 8th to June 20th. So 12
Almost
days
2 weeks
of nonstop chaos, probably some hibachi grill action going to go down.
Heck yeah.
But I believe it's all we have for everybody. See you on Friday. Goodbye. So fancy.
All right.
Bye.
Thanks for
YouTube
joining
live
us,
stream.